A simple harmonic oscillator plays a vital role in explaining about classical mechanics and quantum mechanics. This problem can be solved by classical as well as quantum mechanical method. So we can find the value of energy by both method. We can compare classical and quantum mechanical method. So first of all, what is simple harmonic motion? A motion which repeats itself after a fixed interval of time is simple harmonic motion. The time after which the motion is repeated is known as time period, and the number of oscillations per second is known as frequency. The maximum displacement from mean position is amplitude. This is a rigid support. Here we have a bob which is attached with a string. Now we displace this bob to this position and release it. So the bob will start to oscillate in this way. These are the positions of bob at different time. This is mean position, and these two are extreme position of the simple harmonic oscillator. If x is the displacement of particle at any instant, then restoring force on particle F is directly proportional to x, and if we eliminate proportionality sign, then there is always a constant and an equal to sign. So F equal to minus kx. Since the restoring force is always directed towards the mean position, so here we have negative sign. This case is known as force constant or spring constant. As I already told you, the problem of simple harmonic oscillator can be solved by two methods. One is classical method and another one is quantum mechanical method. So here we will discuss only about quantum mechanical method. So quantum mechanical method, eigenfunction. The square of the magnitude of wave function or eigenfunction provide us the probability of finding the particle at particular time. Now time independent Schrodinger equation in one dimension is d2 psi by dx2 plus 2m upon h cross square e minus v into psi equals to 0. Here m is mass of particle, h cross is reduced Planck's constant, and v is potential energy. Psi represents the eigenfunction. Since in case of simple harmonic oscillator, the potential energy is given by half kx square. So if we substitute the value of v from here to here, then the equation will be d2 psi by dx2 plus 2m upon h cross square e minus half kx square psi is equal to 0. This 2 and 2 will be cancelled out. So the form of this equation will be d2 psi by dx2 minus mk by h cross square x square psi is equal to minus 2me upon h cross square psi. Now we assume that mk by h cross square is equal to alpha square and 2me by h cross square is equal to e. So the form of this equation will be d2 psi by dx2 minus alpha square x square psi is equal to minus e psi. Here the coefficient of psi appears as x square. So coefficient of psi is alpha square x square. It means the coefficient of psi appears as x square. So its solution is tedious, and hence we find its asymptotic solution. Now the asymptotic solution. As x tends to infinity, x square is very much greater than e. And since our equation is d2 psi by dx2 minus alpha square x square psi is equal to minus e psi, and since x square is very much greater than e, so the form of this equation will be d2 psi by dx2 minus alpha square x square psi is equal to 0. Here we neglect the term e psi in comparison to alpha square x square psi. Let the solution of this equation is psi is equal to exponential plus minus alpha x square by 2. If we differentiate it, then d psi by dx is equal to plus minus alpha x psi, and the second differential of it will be d2 psi by dx2 is equal to plus minus alpha x d psi by dx. Since d psi by dx is equal to plus minus alpha x psi, So we substitute the value of d psi by dx from here to here. Then d2 psi by dx2 is equal to alpha square x square psi. Or this will be d2 psi by dx2 minus alpha square x square psi is equal to 0. Since this equation and this equation is same, it means the solution of this equation will be exponential plus minus alpha x square by 2. As x tends to infinity, the probability of finding the particle should decrease. But if we substitute psi is equal to exponential alpha x square by 2, then as x tends to infinity, psi tends to infinity, it means the probability of finding the particle will be infinitive, which is not possible. Therefore, only exponential minus alpha x square by 2 will be the physical solution of equation. It means the solution of this equation will be psi is equal to exponential minus alpha x square by 2. So this will be our physical solution. Now general solution. Let the general solution of our simple harmonic oscillator problem is psi is equal to f exponential minus alpha x square by 2. So the differential of psi is d psi by dx is equal to f exponential minus alpha x square by 2 into minus alpha x plus exponential minus alpha x square by 2 into df by dx. And second differential of psi will be this one. Now our equation is d2 psi by dx2 minus alpha square x square psi is equal to minus e psi. If we substitute the value of d2 psi by dx2 from here to here, and psi is equal to f exponential minus alpha x square by 2 from here to here, then the form of this equation will be d2f by dx2 minus 2 alpha x df by dx plus e minus alpha f is equal to 0. Now let y is equal to root alpha x and f is equal to h of y. So df by dx is equal to df by dy into dy by dx. Now dy by dx from here is root alpha. So df by dx is equal to root alpha df by dy. Now d2f by dx2 is equal to d by dx of df by dx, or this will be root alpha d2f by dy2 into dy by dx. But dy by dx from here is root alpha. So if we substitute the value of dy by dx from here to here, then d2f by dx2 will be alpha d2f by dy2. Now if we substitute the value of d2f by dx2 from here to here, df by dx from here to here, then the form of this equation will be d2f by dy2 minus 2y df by dy plus e by alpha minus 1 f is equal to 0. Since f is equal to h of y, so df by dy is equal to dh by dy and d2f by dy2 is equal to d2h by dy2. If we substitute all these three values from here to here, then this equation will be in terms of h, d2h by dy2 minus 2y dh by dy plus e by alpha minus 1 h is equal to 0. This is actually a standard Hermite differential equation, and here h is Hermite polynomial. Since the solution of equation is psi is equal to f exponential minus alpha x square by 2, so the solution of our equation is psi is equal to exponential minus alpha x square by 2 h of y. The Hermite polynomial is given by hy is equal to sigma p a p y raised to p. If we substitute the differential of h and second differential of h from here to here, then the equation which we obtain here will be satisfied only when each power of y will be 0. And hence the coefficient of AP will be AP plus 2. Here alpha is equal to root of mk by h cross square. So the wave function, which is actually the solution of simple harmonic oscillator in normalized form, will be psi nx is equal to root alpha upon 2 raised to n factorial n root pi whole power half exponential minus alpha x square by 2 h root of alpha x. And this is normalized eigenfunction of simple harmonic oscillator. Now the conclusion which we obtain from eigenfunction: outside the classical limit x is equal to plus minus a, the probability density is not zero, it is finite, whereas it is zero according to classical mechanics. So in quantum mechanics, the probability of finding the particle outside the classical limit is not zero, it is always finite, whereas in classical mechanics it is zero. For ground state, the probability density is maximum at mean position and decreases on either side of it, whereas according to classical mechanics, it is minimum and increases on either side of it. So in classical mechanics, the probability density is minimum at mean position, whereas in quantum mechanics, the probability density is maximum at mean position. And the distribution of probability density is not uniform. Now the eigenvalue, that is the value of energy. Since d2h by dy2 minus 2y dh by dy plus e by alpha minus 1 into h is equal to 0 and psi is equal to exponential minus alpha x square by 2 hy is the solution of our simple harmonic oscillator problem. This solution will be valid only when psi tends to 0 at y tends to infinitive. But when y tends to infinitive, then the increment in hn is greater than the decrement in exponential minus y square by 2. Since y is equal to root alpha x, so here alpha x square is replaced by y square. So exponential minus y square by 2, h and y is equal to 0 when the power series for h and y is 0. Let power series be finite up to p equals to n. Since we obtain a p plus 2 is equal to 2p minus e by alpha plus 1 upon p plus 2 into p plus 1 ap. So if we substitute p is equal to n from here to here, then for solution of above equation, 2n minus e by alpha plus 1 is equal to 0 or e by alpha is equal to 2n plus 1. Since alpha square is equal to mk by h cross square and e is equal to 2me by h cross square. So if we substitute the value of alpha and e from here to here, then we get En is equal to n plus half h cross root k by m. Since root k by m is equal to omega, so En is equal to n plus half h cross omega. Here n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. H cross is reduced Planck's constant and omega is angular frequency of simple harmonic oscillator. If we substitute h cross is equal to h upon 2 pi and omega equals to 2 pi nu, then this equation will be En is equal to n plus half h nu. If we substitute n is equal to 0 here, then the energy in ground state will be half h cross omega, and this energy is known as 0 point energy. Now conclusion which we carried out from energy eigenvalues. The energy of simple harmonic oscillator at ground state is not 0, but according to classical mechanics it will be 0, because according to classical mechanics En is equal to nh nu, but according to quantum mechanics it will be En is equal to n plus half h nu or En is equal to n plus half h cross omega. Since En is equal to n plus half h cross omega, now energy eigenvalues depends only on the quantum number n, because here only variable quantities n, h cross and omega are constants. The energy levels are discrete and all the levels are equispaced, because if we substitute n is equal to 0 here, then E0 is equal to half h cross omega. If n is equal to 1, then E1 is equal to 3 by 2 h cross omega. And if n is equal to 2, then E2 is equal to 5 by 2 h cross omega. So the difference between any two energy levels is constant, which is h cross omega. The energy difference between two consecutive energy levels is h nu or h cross omega. Now we are showing here energy levels. When n is equal to 0, then energy is half h nu or half h cross omega, which is 0 point energy. When n is equal to 1, energy will be 3 by 2 h nu or 3 by 2 h cross omega. N is equal to 2, energy will be 5 by 2 h nu. N is equal to 3, energy will be 7 by 2 h nu. And similarly, when n is equal to 4, energy will be 9 by 2 h nu. Here we end our session. So for more interesting topic like this, please like, share and subscribe our channel. So thank you very much for your kind patience.